Says we're live. Let's check YouTube to see if that's
perfect.
true or not.
You're there. No worries.
Yes. Okay. Says we're live.
Awesome.
And good morning, everyone. How are people doing this morning? Natalie's in the chat as well as on screen. Celine, Richard, PM, where you are. Don't rub it in, sir. I didn't sleep that well last night, so.
Oh no.
Regina, hello, as always. I'm sure more people will show up.
This notification set.
Hi,
Minnie Natalie.
Does anyone have birds?
I love the bird sound.
Oh, that might be me. I'm sorry. It is so warm here.
No,
We
no.
we
It's
have our
fine.
window
I
open.
was like, I know it's not me.
It sounds tropical.
It's not me. It's like pouring rain and 30 degrees. So it's.
It just snowed a lot last night. So.
Yeah. But I love the sound. It's like being on a screen porch.
I know, it's like tropical.
Makes me miss the Carolinas.
I've got one of those big front porches. I have a deck, but I have the big front porch with the long 2-story. So we have some Carolina jessamine, and the birds have made nests in them. So when I open my window, it's like literally right there.
Oh, that's nice, though. That's a nice sound.
It is until spring, and it's insane because of all the baby birds. But they wake me up first thing in the morning. That'll be a good time for me to do some 8 a.m. streams because I will be up.
Yeah, I'm at my cousins in upstate New York, like over the summer, back when it was safe to travel and whatever. I stay in the basement, not like, Harry Potter style, but like this really nice guest room that's in the basement. And it's completely quiet down there until the morning when you can hear all the birds. And I'm like, I don't even need to set an alarm.
Oh, yeah.
Being woken up by birds sounds like a fairy tale.
Yeah, agreed.
You should get your shift key fixed, given.
I'm a Regina. That's
no.
You're gonna.
That's an important one.
Yeah.
Like there's some keys you could live without. I don't know that shift is one of them.
It's not.
Unless you have the second.
Even with autocorrect, it's like for a lot of punctuation, you need shift unless you want to open up the keyboard on your screen, which then always gets in the way of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Before I replaced my computer, I had the M and the S were missing, like off of the keyboard. So like I could still use it, but no key.
Chandra.
We haven't started intros or our sprints yet, so that was perfect timing, Chandra. Because I was about to say, Barrett, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi, I'm Barrett Laurie. On my channel, I talk about my journey to traditional publishing. I write Kidlit. Second Thursday of every month, we host Critique Group Live. We do live stream author interviews. No, ma'am. Live stream author interviews on my channel, and doing great collaborations with all the people here on the screen next year. So hang around for that.
Hi everyone, my name is Chandra. I make videos about reading, writing, and books. I have live streams on Tuesday nights from 8 to 10, as well as new videos every Wednesday and Friday. I also have a Saturday series that I co-host with Natalie Locke, right over here, and a cat who likes to terrorize me. That's a fire, no tail. Oh my. Sorry, no, he almost lit his tail on fire.
Important safety tip, Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's upset with me. Anyway, that's fun.
I would be too. How dare you?
He's trying to bring the chaos, and you're just not letting him have his
It literally
way.
smells like burnt hair in here right now. My morning is going amazing.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That bacon? I'm like, I want bacon. Oh, they're nice.
All right, my turn? Yes, I think so. I am Luna Alva. I am author of the dark fantasy series Axis Mundi. I just published the first book, Wind Weaver of Dreams, in November. You can find it on Amazon or Rakuten Kobo. I also have a YouTube channel called Once Upon a Midnight, where I try to upload short stories and some of tips about writing, and I am the one with the cute, creepy stories.
You're muted.
Do you want me to go?
Oh,
There we go.
Okay.
I was like, I clicked it, but instead of clicking, I did the tap the keypad situation. So
Yeah.
either way. All right, I'm Natalie Locke. That's Spencer. You'll see him literally hang all over me throughout the stream. It's a fun little game. I wouldn't recommend pulling it as a drinking game. Just throwing that out there. But my channel is all about how I'm trying to balance this one. And yep, there we go. How I'm trying to balance this one, full-time job and writing, and I'm making the mistakes so you don't have to.
And I am Nia, the Vixen of Fiction, here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and Instagram. You can find me there. I do writing streams and alternating Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I also host AuthorTubers React, where we react to all things writerly and bookish in our community. And if you would like to join us, just let me, Barrett, Zara, or Charlie with the 2 E's know, and we will hook you up with dates so that you can come on with us. And we just like to chat. Nobody gets canceled for their opinion.
Doesn't get that spicy.
No.
Yeah, it never really
We
does.
keep it so friendly. Like, even when we have a chance to get spicy, we're all, no.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when
The spiciest we got was the definition of click. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
that was
like,
the spiciest
I know.
today at
That
all.
was good.
So yeah.
But it's like when I was like, oh, it should be detail, not content. And then Charlie was like, oh, I disagree. And then like this was so sweet and like what it was like, oh, it was so sweet. It didn't feel like a debate at all.
I
I
know.
mean, it wasn't really a debate because it turned
It was
out
more
that
of a
it was coming at it
conversation,
from a different
so-
angle, but it was like so cute.
But that's
Yes.
something we're going to put out too, is to look for community notes from me. Zara may do one, Neil do one, of asking you what you want us to talk about. Like, what kinds of things do you think you want to?
Are we gonna have like a Google form?
We should. We should.
We
'Cause I think
probably
that will
should.
be easier. Where like
Yeah.
if all three of us share
Agreed.
the same link, then
I like Zara's thinking.
Yeah, I like my co-hosts that are really good at doing those, Barrett and Sarah.
Yeah.
So speaking of, if
Yeah.
anyone has questions for me and or Kelly, because we're both turning 25 next year, we're doing special episodes in the podcast where it's like ask us anything. So I'll drop the link to that form during the first sprint.
Perfect.
I just realized Nia, did you give your intro and I just completely blacked out?
That was my intro. So I think I kind of ended it with the AuthorTubers React.
Right.
But
Okay.
we've got a lot,
I feel like I cut you off.
coming up.
Like I knew you had given most of your intro, but then I was like, was that the end?
Oh, because I didn't say I write fantasy,
Yeah.
sci-fi, that which I normally do, but
Yeah.
I
My
wanted to.
brain is like, I know you started, and obviously, like we weren't talking this whole time without you having spoken, but I was like, something's off, and I don't know if it's because I'm sleep deprived or it's because.
And I'm writing a comic and all of those things, but you can learn all those things because I also have a Ko-fi. Thank you, Zara.
You're welcome.
Which I'll be posting to my Ko-fi starting next month. I think it's coming along, even though World Anvil, I've kind of like drifted off from it. But I've got more than 10 days left to get back on the World Anvil track. So, oh, we got 2 Chandras.
Okay. The same thing happened when I was on the live stream with it was either on Sarah Sutton's or it was on one of Autumn's during Autumn's not 30. That's something I'm doing in January. My bad. Weekend write-a-thon. And it was like the three of us, and then all of a sudden there were two Sarahs on top, and we just like completely lost it because we weren't expecting it. And she's like, I thought I warned you guys about it. We're like, no, and we had taken a screenshot of it, like when there were two of her. Just yeah. So hello.
Kira, good to see you.
Crow came in. Hello.
Morning, Crow.
Um
This is 100% true.
Yeah, no, whenever I have Kelly on, I'm like, I love you, Kelly, but you curse like a sailor in front of your own children. I cannot let you corrupt Charlie.
Charlie's uncorruptible.
Yeah,
I don't want to test that theory. Like, I don't want to be the one where it's like, if I'm the one who broke the camel's back,
Yes.
and then everyone's like, what did you do? And I'll be like, I swear.
I was thinking that. I was like, I don't want to break Charlie. And
The
then
test for me
she's
is
like, becomes like really crass and just like bitter. I'm like, no, what did we do?
like me.
Yeah, it's like once I learned how to curse, it was like, oh, whole new ball game.
Yeah. Charlie came on CGL and Richard was on that month, and I literally thought to myself, oh boy, this could be really interesting. And we get off and I get this message from Charlie, Richard is the nicest person. Why did you say he says curse words and things? And I was like, because normally he does. I was like, he was on
Hi,
his
Kelly. I was just your ears must have been burning because I was saying, whenever you're on my Friday Twitch streams with just Charlie, and I'm like, you can't corrupt Cinnamon Bun Charlie.
Same.
Love you though.
Richard Holiday. I had to be like,
we're interviewing Regina later today.
Oh, that's
on our podcast. So a lot of questions of how did you write 40 books?
Yeah, the most prolific writer on space.
Yeah.
So you're on your best behavior. It does. It definitely does.
It kind of reminds me of a meme where it says you always have that one friend that you got to let them know they're on speakerphone before they talk, like as you answer. And my mother did that to my sister, and I was like, my mom's never done that to me.
My family, we're always like, oh, you're on speaker, we're driving in the car, whatever. And it's like, oh, well, now I can't say all the awful things I was going to say about you. So, we all know it's a joke.
My best friend does that to me. I'm like, so?
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly.
I curse more in Spanish.
I try to learn cuss words in other languages so that I can cuss in front of my kids without them knowing.
It's really convenient because I work as a childcare provider, like a full time. So whenever I have to curse, I'm like, there we go, and nobody understands.
Perfect.
What's their account name? It's the Language Nerds, but I can't remember. Okay, the Language Nerds on Instagram with the period in between each of those words. Like they'll say really funny things. Like sometimes it's just English grammar, but a lot of the times it's like jokes that are about like either how things are spelled between languages or the meanings of different languages or like just really funny things. Or it's like, here's how all these languages say this one thing and they're all like similar. And then you have this random language where it's like the direct translation is completely out of left field. And it's like, there's one where it was like blah, 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 squints at Finland, where it's like, why is that? Like, they're really funny about those things. And they've had a thing where it's like cursing in your native language just hits different or something like that. And I was like, well, if I could, I would, but I can't. I need to share the Forstrom code. That's what I need.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know why, but for some reason that reminded me of something that happened in one of the fantasy novels I was reading. I don't know why it came to my head, but they had something that translated in English and it rhymed, but I'm like, would that rhyme in the language that it was written in? Because I don't know why that popped in my head. I'm like, it should rhyme in the language that it is originally written in, not in English for us.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking because it was.
I just remember that in my book. So the girl is Mexican and then the guy is Japanese, and she keeps saying carajo, which is like a curse in Spanish. And like at some point where something is like really messed up and she curses and he's like, you say that a lot. I don't know what that means, but I kind of get it right now. I kind of get what you meant.
It's universal at that point.
Exactly.
There's an NCIS episode where Ziva, who's Israeli, if people don't know, and she says, "Oh, liezet ser," and they're like, "I don't know what that is, but that doesn't sound good." And she's like, "It's not."
I like when things sound pretty and they're not.
Or I feel like in Italian and like Spanish, like you can yes, it can sound heated, so you can figure out like either it's super passionate in a good way or it's like you're getting cussed out within an inch of your life. But like in Cantonese, it sounds like you're always about to get hit with a shoe. Like it just always sounds like you're about to get like your ass
like with it's spoken that makes it feel so tense. Dobby.
Yeah, it's the cadence and mostly like the choppiness versus like Mandarin is a lot more languid. Yeah. Unless you've messed up, in which case they can make it sound like Cantonese and like that, like, oh, I'm in trouble type of feeling.
Anna, you're welcome for the Christmas cactus. That means I need to be signed into my own room. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Go me.
3 X-ray Alpha Tango Hotel 3 Kilo Sierra Golf. Aren't you proud of me, Natalie?
As always. I think you do it better than me because I stare at it and I say it to myself first before I would even consider saying it out loud.
Well, I used to mess up over like Mike and Sierra because they like were never there, and now it's always Sierra Golf.
Yeah, they got the Sierra Golf, which is actually I'm pretty sure that's like a code and everything. Like how Winchester, it means that you're out of ammo. Yeah. Sierra Golf, I think, has a meaning like that.
Dropping the knowledge.
Yeah. My dad was a big fan of World War II, and so that's what I grew up with. And now I like World War II documentaries. Dogs, you can't have the squirrel.
The squirrel's outside, just so people know. It's not like Natalie let a squirrel into her home and was like,
so I got a pet squirrel.
Dogs.
You just haven't seen it once because of the dogs and the kid.
At work, whenever I'm like on the phone and stuff, I have to use phonetic alphabet a lot now. And I didn't before. And I'm like, thank goodness, like Zara uses this all the time, so I have a vague inclination. It makes me laugh when people always mix up uniform, and they'll either say umbrella or unicorn.
Loki. Loki, come here.
Bless it.
I'm hearing dogs bark, and I'm like, I know that there are 4 people on this screen who could see the sound coming from.
Loki, come here.
Yeah, I was wondering whose dog it was because I was like, Chandra's talking, but she's not churning to correct. God, I just forgot your name. Your dog's name, Chandra. What is it?
Loki.
I know Dobby always pops up, but I forget your dog.
Yeah, Chandra, what's your dog's name? Because I'm also blanking.
Well, her name's Piper Prudence McCon.
Come here.
Okay.
Come here.
I'm going with Piper. Okay.
Again?
I struggled enough
Piper
remembering
Prudence
one.
McCon.
So Piper and Prudence from Piper and Prue from Charmed, or what inspired the names?
So my coworker Loki Piper because originally she was named Payne, and we were all like, okay, but every time you look at her, she rolls over on her backs and asks for belly rubs. She cannot be named Payne. That does not make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So my coworker looked at her face and he was like, she kind of looks like a Piper. And I was like, she kind of does though. But then I was like, that's too short because Dobby's full name is Dobby Carlton III. And I was like, I can't play favorites by giving them not one an extra name and one's just Piper. Like that'd be weird. So
I love the third. Like that's
people
where
always ask me that. They're like, have there been 2 others? I'm like, no, okay, no, that's not.
I'm gonna start calling him Trip. Be like, hey Trip. Oh bless. Okay.
When my daughter was really young and she would, I mean like 3 or 4, so she doesn't remember this. We used to mess with her when she was acting badly, and we go, yeah, your sister used to do that. And she'd look at us go, what? And then we actually talked to her. So apparently she does remember it because she's 11 now. And she's like, yeah, I actually thought I had a sister at one point. And I just never met her. and everything. I was like, no, but we stopped with that joke once your brother came around. Sorry. We were just trying to get you to act right. We were trying to be creative and have fun with it. Sorry. Tell your therapist about it when you're older. I'm sure you have plenty of ammo.
Yeah.
This rolled over to Nia.
By
No.
the way, for people who are like looking at the description and are maybe wondering, like, hey, why aren't people's YouTube channels like mostly linked? Natalie's is, but I realize I'll probably change that to your Instagram because I made everyone link their YouTube channels to their Ko-fi pages. And Barrett's website links to his YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I just try and push everyone towards people's Ko-fi pages.
I know.
Yeah, and on Ko-fi, if you look on the left side under the about, it has all the little symbols for all the social media that writer wants to link to.
Yeah. So if you have one and you haven't linked all your social medias to it, you should do that.
And Luna actually commented on one of my posts on Ko-fi. I was like, wow, people
I
actually look at
did.
this?
Well, I'm trying to because I'm like, well, I can't expect people to read my stuff if I don't read other people's stuff. So
Thank you, Luna.
I like took my time and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna.
It worked because I started scrolling through your post.
Oh, there you go.
After you did, so it worked.
Community.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to start.
Okay.
I thought I'd add it. Okay. Guess I'd taken it off. I'm remembering the ticker. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone, even if that just means getting a cup of coffee or something. How did everyone do? I also forgot to post the link to ask me and Kelly questions.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that while people give their updates.
So I filled out your form for January to sign up for every Sunday, but the Sunday of the virtual weekend, because was I on that stream with you anyway, or did you have other people on that
You
one?
were on that stream with me anyway.
And I'm going to be on, I figured. So I'm there anyway.
You and Chandra. Oh, I just realized. Yeah, I should remove that because I already have the thumbnail made and the.
Well, so here's the thing about that. On that form, though, I put my old Ko-fi. I just changed the name to like the one I want. So the
Barrett
one,
_Laurie.
the one in private chat is like correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. I don't have anything linked to it yet. Like I've just set it up. So like give Mama a couple days to learn what I'm doing on the Ko-fi.
You can message me.
Okay, yeah, I will. But I'm just saying, like that's so it's done. It has been done. So it will be. That's
Everyone follow Barrett here.
You did it. See, it just took months and months of wearing me down, and here we are.
You love me for it.
I do. I love you so much. Okay, Chandra and Doppy, what do you guys do?
And Doppy.
Well, we didn't light anything on fire this time, so that's a win.
Win.
I posted one of my flash fiction on my Ko-fi, and then I scheduled out for the rest of the month some additional ones just to auto post, because you can do that now, which is amazing, and we love it. And then I also put some coffee on because I don't know what happened, but I didn't have coffee this morning, which is obviously why everything has been going so smoothly. So the situation is being rectified.
Ko-fi is like a tip jar, unless people also make it like a blog, a shop, and or a Fiverr where people can hire people for commissions. I do all of it because it's why wouldn't you? But yes, when people like Barrett and Natalie have theirs, but they haven't done any stuff with it yet because they don't know, I still point people to it. I'm like, because you can follow people on there for free.
Yeah.
And then when they start posting stuff that is paywalled or not, then it's like,
What
there, so you know.
What I'm interested in.
I'm waiting till Zara and I have a chat on that,
Yes.
though.
Same. I'm going to hop on one of these. I'm going to have to up my tier so I can do one of the backstage things. But I think the thing that interests me about it that I might do in the new year is just something with a very low pay level that's a members only stream once a month.
Yeah, and you don't have to do
something
tiers. I want to make that clear. I was pushing for tiers to come to Ko-fi really hard because there were people on AuthorTube. I was like, have Patreons with tiers and won't switch over until that's a thing, or won't consider switching over until that's a thing. But then you can do like, if someone you could have memberships instead. So if someone says, here's my $1 donation, and they check, make it monthly, or they give like a $5 donation, they check, make it monthly, then you could have it be, you can paywall things as free, one-off supporters, or monthly only supporters. And there are lots of ways to do it.
That might be something I do in the new year, is just a private stream for some of my folks that are write or dies that either want to work on writing or critique stuff or whatever, like a writer's roundtable, whatever, something like that. And yes, 100% this, Richard. And that's very clicky.
My top tier is literally called
Richard's so good at that.
Club. I'm not even trying to hide it. Regina and Kerr are the only ones who are in it. But if
I'm gonna get it.
they could enter.
I just have to go up $3, right? Do I go up to the $8? Is that the one? Yeah. So I can do that.
Yeah,
Ricky,
I don't know if you can sell that to Ricky.
I need to figure out if my old, like so I contribute to you, Zara, but it comes out of like, I don't know what account I created that in, because then
it says supporter. It doesn't. It's not linked to you sometimes.
Yeah, it's not linked to my current Ko-fi at all right now. So I'm like, I don't know what past Natalie did. But she messed something up.
If you want to take like screenshots of your back end, I can then contact the Ko-fi team and be like, can you merge these two or something? Because something happened.
We could do that. Like, because right now I don't see your content that you post. Like if it's paid, like as a paid person, like I'm treated like I don't pay when I do. And then
Yeah.
also I was trying to figure out how do I change the payment so I can come out of my other checking account that's more mine and then bump it up.
Yeah. I don't know. So if you want to send me stuff from your side and I
Fine.
can just contact them and be like,
Yeah, I've totally got to rework my
my
whole.
supporter's been struggling.
Yeah, I've got to rework my whole situation because I have like my supporter budget, but some people would prefer to do the Twitch because they get the subscribers and there's benefits that you get with subscribers. So I'm like, do you want me to do your Ko-fi? Do you want me to do your Twitch? And then
I
so I
always
can.
tell people that you get more stuff out of my Ko-fi than my Twitch. Like, yes, the emotes are cute, and Regina just loves giving people my emotes. But
I'm okay with the giving.
yeah,
Regina's
like
been great.
Regina, you're so generous. Thank you.
Yes.
But like, if people are like, oh, which one do I? You get more for, you get extra.
More
stuff
bang for your
with-
buck.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I selected the proper tree. How did other people do? I don't think the bottom row said.
Oh, did Chandra went, right?
Yeah.
Her and Chandra and Dobby. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I ate breakfast because food is a way to my heart. So I need food before I can write.
Fair.
yes.
It seems like I got a lot done, but it was more like interruptions. So I'm editing one of my flash fiction videos on my phone because I don't have a Mac. So I do everything on my phone. And my space on my phone is not big enough. So I have to do one video at a time. So if I want to record again, I got to edit this video, upload it, and then delete it off my phone and start over. But then I also set my son up with a game, and I'm looking at the screen, and he changed the game again on his own. So I don't know what he needed me for.
Let's see. I updated that we're streaming on Instagram, and I had to go back to YouTube so I could get a good picture. I want one with everybody smiling, so nobody's that one person that's making the awkward mid-speak face. We didn't have that. I'm like, everybody's smiling. There we go. Because I'll take it, and I'm like, I'm like, no. So
Sometimes I'm just like, I like, because I'll try multiple times and it still doesn't work.
Yeah, 3's the charm though. After 3, I just picked the best one. I'm like, sorry if you're the one with the awkward face.
I forgot a number. My bad. There's supposed to be
okay. I'm like doing my whole. I have a thing.
No.
So I'm like, okay, it's not me.
No. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I thought it was fine, and it's like, nope, I messed up. My bad. 3 Delta Charlie Golf 4 3 Kilo Sierra Golf. Or 3 District of Columbia Golf 4 3 Kilo Sierra Golf.
Makes me think of there's this song by the band is called the Postal Service, but then apparently the Postal Service of America like sued them or something, so they became Death Cab for Cutie later.
I know them as Death Cab for Cutie, but I didn't know that they were called the Postal Service.
Yeah, so Postal Service had a song called DC, yeah, it was called DC, and in the lyrics it was "The district sleeps alone tonight."
I know that song.
Yeah. But it's the same lead singer for both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, just really quick, when I pull up, what was that, Barrett?
Crow's saying the code isn't working. Is that?
No, I fixed it.
Yeah.
Because it had previously said 4 KSG.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh my god, no, my bad. There's supposed to be a 3 after the 4.
Whenever I pull up Ko-fi, you know how it has the save things. Zara's is always the first Ko-fi that pops. Not even my own, but Sarah's. So you can see whose Ko-fi I go to more.
If you're logged in and you want to go right to your page, though, you can do kofi.com/manage.
Yeah, no, I go to the first Ko-fi that, like, I type in KO. The first one that pops up is always you. Like, I don't have time to type the whole thing.
This was funny. Did the squirrel move over to Nia? Because
Yeah.
Loki had started going crazy. And
The neighbors let their dogs out, and I swear they think that they're friends. So they do the neighborhood bark back and forth, and it's so loud.
like in 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, that's exactly what they do. It's just like that. So he won't stop until they stop, but it's like they always have one more thing to say. But they stop to listen to each other. So, yeah.
Oh, they're taking turns speaking, like better than humans do, obviously.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
very good.
I
And
mean,
he'll wait at the
I suck
he
at that.
waits like, and then when they're done, he barks. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go on for a while, which is why I had to mute for quite a while. I'm like,
That was so cute though. But like for us, at least on AuthorTube, I feel like if someone starts speaking over the other person, they're like, oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not this group. I'm talking like
oh no, I know what you
Thanksgiving
mean.
with the family situations.
But I also had a teacher in my grad school program who would ask us questions, like do the cold calling thing, like have one person like call on someone and be like, oh, what do you think or whatever, and then talk over them.
Ugh.
Like while they were answering the questions, and all of us like would privately be messaging each other and be like, what the is wrong with this teacher?
Did you guys put it in the review at the end of the semester? I would have.
Oh,
I
we
would-
all did. We like
yeah.
dragged her in the anonymous review because we're all gonna say the same thing anyway, so it doesn't matter.
She asks questions, but she doesn't really want to hear our response.
Answers.
She just she's like asking so that she could just respond herself.
I swear, in cases where you have to take a class and it's the only option, and you check on Rate My Professor, and it's like just all the worst things about them. It's just like, do I want to set myself back a semester because I failed, or because I didn't take the class?
Yeah.
I read those, but I also read them kind of like Yelp reviews because I'm like, all right, is this somebody who's actually did everything they're supposed to do, and this teacher is just out for blood, or is this somebody who is not even taking responsibility for their own actions and thinks the world should be given to them?
I think if there's more than 5 reviews that use almost exactly the same words, then it's the teacher.
I was only sad I didn't last long enough to have one. I was only a semester and a half teaching in like on campus. And so now everything is adjunct. So I feel like nobody's really that intense about adjunct professor, or like our classes aren't as intense. So I'm only sad that I didn't get like that was something like we used to do. Like when I was there that semester, was the professor would be like, oh wow, wait till you guys see what I got on Rate My Professor in this last one. And we'd be like laughing about it because 9 times out of 10 they'd be like, oh, I know exactly who that is. And I'd be like, ooh.
I know this writing style.
Yep.
Or it's like, oh, I got a 1-star review, I'm officially an author. Or I got a downvote, I'm officially a YouTuber. It's like those things where
I remember my first downvote. It was during a live stream. I was like, all right, I'll piss someone off.
I never really checked Rate My Professor because like I always forgot. I was like, I have to take this class anyway. I was like,
I didn't
there's
start
no reason
checking
for me to
till,
know.
like, I checked like 2 years in for my bachelor's, and then for my master's, it was like one professor only taught each class anyways. And I was like, whatever, I'll just get through it. But when I was a instructor, where I pretty much taught my job to new people coming into the career field, I taught them, and we had feedback forms that were anonymous. And all the most of the feedback was like, I love her sense of humor, like hilarious and everything. Then other people were like, she tries too hard to be funny. And I'm like, you just don't get it, my humor.
It's like,
I
those
love
who
this
get it,
banner.
those who don't.
Yeah.
I love this banner, by the way, Zara. It's perfect. I need one of those.
It's like, I promise.
I promise. We'll get
Sometimes
there.
I break that promise, not intentionally, but so Crow had bought some stickers from our Rightish coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 2 inches in diameter, and if you have a small hand like me, it's like the Mount of Venus in your palm.
Mhm.
And if basically anyone else has a bigger hand than mine, it'll looks smaller against your palm. But Crow,
Same, Crow.
take it up with Kelly.
Yeah.
He won't let me put it in the shop before I graduate, which is in May 2022.
Wait,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you ended on Friday, or was that just for this?
That was the
semester? You got one more.
semester. I have one more semester.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it before then, dude. Like my birthday's in April. We're trying to get some self-care love going on
When in
here.
April, Natalie? When are you in
Oh,
April?
yeah.
6.
So you're in Aries.
Mm-hmm. Though I looked up recently when they readjust, like
No, that comes around like every 6 years or so. That's not a new thing. You can
Okay.
just ignore that.
okay, I'll just stick with Aries.
Yeah.
My sister is a Taurus, and once I started looking into signs, I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense.
My mom's a Taurus. I'm a Pisces Aries cusp. So I get along with you really well, and I get along with Kelly really well, who's Pisces.
I don't know the exact time that I was born, but I think last time I checked, I was like either double or triple Libra. Like that tracks. I'm like, it's just like Libra straight across the board, I think. I'm like,
Yeah.
Here for that
I
Libra.
am Sagittarius and Aries.
Okay.
Because my birthday was on
My
Monday.
grandma was Sagittarius.
Mm.
That's not an insult. Like if that's like my grandma's like my idol. That's like one of the, you know, when it's like you're comparing me to this person, it's like, no, that's like a good thing.
Mhm.
Virgo. Yeah. So, and to the core, like I will organize your life for you, even if you didn't ask me.
I am cursed with Virgos. Like every single person around me is a Virgo. Like my
I
husband
have
is Virgo,
Virgo
my
in
best
my
friend is a
chart.
Virgo. Everybody is a Virgo around me.
You get a new one. You're getting a new one.
Yes,
You're
I get
welcome.
a new one.
Another one.
Is Virgo rising.
Yay, Regina! Yay! What
Someone
day,
else.
Regina? When?
I'm also a Virgo rising.
I can
Libra,
see
Virgo rising. Aquarius moon.
Ooh. I'm a Leo moon.
Oh, Richard.
Whose dog?
It's not me.
Loki, stop.
Piper, I don't think I've heard bark ever.
First.
I've heard Dobby meow once.
Unless someone's like bumping around outside, she really doesn't care. Sometimes when she hears another dog barking, she'll like sit up and her ears will do this like really cute ear thing. And she's like, I'm listening. And then she's like, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, that's why I use the headphones a lot. If Loki hears somebody else's dog bark, he'll do the same thing. Oh, my friends are talking and start barking back at them. So
Riley
if
only
someone
doesn't
else's dog,
care
he
if
can.
other dogs are barking, but the moment that she thinks someone might like come, like walk in, like if she hears people in the door in the hallway, almost a doorway, that's not true. The hallway, she'll like sit up, and then if my house phone rings, which always announces like someone's coming up with something, she like starts going crazy, and I'm like, shh.
Piper will do this where she'll like jump. I don't know. She'll move the whole chair because she jumps out of it so aggressively, and she'll just like run down the hallway. And she has this like really like deep, like aggressive bark, and it's like she's gonna eat something. And then like she sees what's outside. And she like starts wagging her tail, and she like switches to her little passive bark. It's like just really cute and playful. And I'm like, you are doing too much.
But that's why we love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
My friends swear she's broken too because she always sleeps on her back.
My dog does the same. Her name is Olive, but she also is so ridiculous that sometimes she barks with her mouth full of food. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
we just not.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Like she's barking and not, she's still eating. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Or when they bark in their sleep and it sounds like
Yeah, I know.
you know the cars in SpongeBob that are underwater where they make that bubble sound?
Yeah.
Riley will sometimes like hiccup in her sleep, and I'm like, and it always catches me by surprise because it's not like to any like set schedule or something. The cutest is when she starts running, and she sleeps on her side most of the time. So she's not on her back where it would be like, oh, you're running on the ceiling. It's like, no, she's sleeping on her side, and her legs start moving.
I love how
I've never been able
crows.
to film it because the moment like I notice it, it's like she pauses, and then like the next time that she does it, it's like I don't have my phone ready.
One of my
Grover-
dogs will, oh, go ahead.
But no, I was
No.
gonna say Crow was typing and she said fun fact, and nothing about what she said it sounds fun at all. Like both
Yeah,
parts.
that's what I said. I was
Both
like,
parts. I'm like,
that sounds like a not good fact.
yeah.
I was gonna say one of my dogs will like make those sounds like she's chasing a bunny or something, and then the other one's laying next to her and just looks at me like, "You hear this? I can't fall asleep to this." Like, like she is done. I'm like, you can go somewhere else. You don't have to lay right there.
It's like no, but like
No.
I do.
it's like I have to lay here, but can you please get her to stop?
Yeah, it's like, Mom. Like she'll do that too with when Spencer's like loving on the dogs, and they love each other. That I got Lilo and Stitch. Lilo will follow Spencer around this house everywhere, and it's so cute because he can't really enunciate, so he goes, "Come on, good, yeah," like that, and now she just perked up. But she'll do that look. She never is like, well, I don't say never, but she's not aggressive to the point where it's like I feel the need to intervene. It's more of the like, okay, you're pulling my ear, but it's hilarious because she gives me that look all the time of like, fix this, please.
Yeah.
So when my little cousins, now 12 and 10-year-old, who I mentioned last night, when the younger one is always a little bit rougher, more mischievous type of thing. Really sweet, obviously, but wasn't always as gentle with Riley as her older sister was. So like she'd kind of pull on Riley's hair, and Riley like wouldn't bark or growl or anything at her, but like would try to run away, and then she would follow. So her dad would have to be like, call her by name, which I'm not going to say publicly on the internet. Like, you know, let's give Riley a rest. She's been playing with you and your sister a lot. Like, let's take a break.
I find a lot of times little kids, they mean well. They just love the dog. It's just that they haven't sussed out how gentle they need to be with them. But I learned that when they're puppies, if you pet them kind of hard and play with their tail, even when they're sleeping, that way when you do have little kids come over, they're not shocked when a kid pulls on their ear and you don't have that accidental nip,
Right.
because you know those will happen. But if they're from puppy, so even when we first got Loki, we would just, when he'd be sleeping, just kind of aggressively like massaging his ear or his tail so that he knows it's okay, no one's gonna hurt me.
Well, when she was a puppy, she really didn't like the brush. So we would actually groom her when she was kind of half asleep, and it would sometimes like catch in her ear or in her tail, just like if there was a knot or something. So I think we did that without even meaning to.
Mm-hmm. It's very helpful. It helps so that when the little kids do accidentally pull the hair or the ear or the tail, they don't do that instant nip thing.
Yeah.
I know with Piper,
that's a good thing.
There was a lot of stuff that's like that because she's 4, so set in her ways in a lot of ways, but she's also got some, you know, some stress issues, and like I don't know what else she's been through. So everything had to be basically associated with treats and food, and she gets scared. Sometimes she still gets really scared. I mean, even just out on a walk, if she trips over a stick, she'll like hurt the whole dog just up in the air. I don't know how to all at once, and she'll get so scared. I know, like
Piper.
I grabbed her nose to like give her a kiss on the head, and she screamed. Like I jumped, she jumped. We were both so scared. I'm like, what happened? Like, did I hurt you? And it was just that she just got scared. So even you know, touching her feet, anything like that, I'd spent a lot of time just, you know, giving her pets and treats and letting her know, hey, I will touch your feet, and that's okay. I'm going to, you know, trim your nails. I'm going to groom you. I'm going to do all these things, and that's okay. I'm going to check your teeth. I'm going to, you know, have to look in your mouth, and that's okay. And so now she's like, she doesn't love it. She'll like kind of raise up her lips a little bit, and she'll be like,
this is good. What's happening? Okay, it's fine.
But she doesn't have that same reaction just because it's been associated with positive things like belly rubs.
Riley has been.
Honey.
We trained Riley really well to like have her mouth open, like if we're brushing our teeth or if we're like, "What'd you eat?" and like we just pry her mouth open, but she doesn't try and bite us or whatever, and we grab it out. But I don't remember what we did to make that happen.
Yeah, my dog Olive, we got her when she was already 5 years old, and like I don't know exactly what happened to her, but I know she was like always in her crate, and nobody ever like took her out, and she was not like socialized. So we still struggle a little bit because she's really anxious. So she barks at everyone and everything, and she will come like lounge at you barking, and as soon as she's close enough, she stops, goes back, and then she goes again, and she stops and goes back. She's like, I will bark from the distance. You're too close. So she
Bark, bark from a
looks like
distance.
she is trying to, be aggressive, but as soon as someone tries to pet her, she just runs away. Yeah.
That's
It's ridiculous
so
like that.
cute.
Yeah.
I've been getting like this one bot message from multiple things, like
Yeah,
on Friday when
it's
I was
gonna
on
be-
Twitch and now on YouTube. So
And it's going to be happening more. I got an email from, and we all probably got it. It's probably in the spam folder from YouTube Creator Studio about since they're putting more emphasis on streaming, that we're going to all have more like of that in our streams as they start putting out more of a reach for live streams.
I just click it and report it and call it spam as the radio button.
yeah, I mean I have mods on my YouTube channel, so I'm not really concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start this sprint, or we never will.
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. Technically, it was in their monthly like wrap up email that they send to creators. I just read them all, so I'm the nerd that reads that email.
Bless you. Just share
And
the
I'm
knowledge
the
with
one who
us.
gets the knowledge from Barrett.
I
Thanks
used
for
to
letting me
read
know.
them, and now I don't care enough to read
I know,
them
right?
like in detail. So. Okay, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. So my mom told me that she's coming by to drop off Riley, and she'll be here in like 5 minutes. So I have to go downstairs.
Okay.
So if you all want to chat amongst yourselves,
We shall. We've all
or
done this
continue
before.
sprinting in, but yes, I will. Oops, sorry, honey.
Peace be with you.
Should I set up
Yeah.
Kofi for editorial service? Yes.
I
Don't
just
do Fiverr. Fiverr
Yes.
has so many ways that they can ding you, and Sarah Sutton has talked about them multiple times in her live streams and maybe in her vlogs too. But yeah, do it through Kofi. I'll be back. If anyone has any other Kofi questions, you can drop them in the chat and I'll answer them once I have Riley in hand.
So let's start first and go round robin.
Yeah.
All I did was set up Kofi and ask the group questions about, which by the way, I have to tell this story. I asked the private chat, hey, it's asking me on PayPal, do I want a personal or business? Classic to my life. Chandra's like, I use personal. Zara's like, I use business. And I'm like, neither one of those is an answer. So I'm now researching like which is best. So if you know in chat, tell me. Chandra,
And then share your knowledge with me, please.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say you should
Share
also
all the knowledge.
let me know, because I was like, well, I already have this and I'm tired. So
Same. I think I'm
Same.
gonna do personal just for easy, and then convert to business sometime next year when I set up an LLC. Like that's kind of in my head what I'm thinking. But
Well, that, and I freelance with so many other things. It's like people like Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. If I had 2 of everything, I would literally die.
Yeah.
I cannot remember another login.
I just wonder
Yeah.
how it works.
My brain's done.
Because I plan to go traditional, but until then, and I don't plan on quitting my full-time job. I love it. But I'll retire though. This is my retirement plan. But I plan, like Zara's told me, like, yeah, offer critiquing. Like she said, she likes the way I critique and wants me to continue doing that. And so I guess that's fine. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I'll offer, I don't know how many, but at the same time, does that make me a business? Or is that just me doing a side hustle type situation that's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna.
I think it's either. What are you more comfortable with? Because I've had to do this with on the fitness side with my fitness job. There are things that, okay, this is a business, and at one time I did have a business, and it was a lot when I could just be like, I'm not even doing this full time. This is a side hustle.
Right.
And there's like another level of taking things to business. Yeah. Because there's so much more involved. Correct. And also when you do a business, sometimes you need to check with your state or county regulations, which is something else I learned. And I was like, yeah, it's not that serious for some things, and some things it might be.
So
I think I'm going to picture. What? Go ahead.
All I was going to say is it's easy to convert it to a business account. So I'm actually going to do it later because it says it's a step in your settings that you can do with one change, and it doesn't impact anything you've connected your PayPal to. So for me, I'm like, I'm just going to keep it personal for now and then switch it to business. The thing in business school I would tell people is stay a shingle in Missouri. So this is for my state laws. We told people stay a shingle until you get to about the 14 to 20,000 range, and then look at an LLC or a limited partnership or something for a tax benefit. But until you hit that number, you're not really going to be able to write off enough to make it worth your time, you know? And so,
and this isn't going to encompass my whole life. This is like
same.
YouTube takes more time than my beta reading type stuff.
Yeah.
We all know that. We all know that.
I'm still editing the same video, but in my defense, I also made tea, had some chocolate chip cookies, helped my son. What are you doing?
Yes, Richard, you can absolutely be my CEO.
You don't know?
Luna, how about you? How is it different?
Yeah.
Are you in Mexico?
No, so I live in Canada.
Canada. Okay, so how is it different in Canada? Like, what's better there?
That is exactly what I need to look into. Because, like, I even have, not the struggle, but, like, when selling my books through Amazon, I still get, like, to declare some taxes in the US.
Ah, okay, yes.
So that's why I need to check in the coffee page and everything, because I do want to start of the new year offering translations of books, because I'm a translator.
Yes.
So offering Spanish translations or Spanish to English, like whatever people want. So I need to check what actually works taxing wise.
Yeah, listen, Luna, I'm gonna shout that out to people. I've had 2 of my self-pub friends ask about translate if we knew anybody who did translations. So, do you which languages do you specifically work with? So I can.
Right now, I'm working with English and Spanish.
Cool. Okay.
I'm hoping to add more in the future because I do speak some Italian, but I need to do a little bit more. And I've been studying Japanese for a while.
Well, just something small, something on the side like Japanese. Okay, I definitely tell people that you're the person then for now.
Yes.
Because you're the first person I've met that's offering that. It's a great
If you are looking for French, I believe author Claire Elliott does French, and she actually lives in France, so she's like engrossed in the culture there.
Is that who you were sprinting with yesterday?
Yes, at like 2 p.m.
Yes, I know. Yes, good. Okay, cool.
Can you, Luna, would you also do, I don't know, it's not full translations, but if somebody needs a translation section or a section in another language in their book where it's proper, because I've done this before where I know the words, but I don't know exactly how it should be said. Can you do those types of edit helps also?
Of course. Yes, of course.
Awesome. You should put that on there too, because I have actually needed that before. Like,
there
I
we
know
go.
that this is how you say it, but is that actually how someone would say it? Or am I saying it out of order? Because, with Spanish to English, sometimes things aren't in the same order as they would be when you say it in English.
Sure.
Exactly. And sometimes the translation might be like more book wise, like when you learn a language and it's not exactly the way you would say it in like just informal conversation, because that's what happened with me with Japanese, because I have some Japanese in my book, so I had to like go back to my teacher and be like, is this exactly? And then she was like, oh, this is more accurate or whatever. So for sure,
this is more formal, or this is more for if it means if you're saying this, it's right but not exactly.
Exactly.
Right. I think
for sure.
To answer Eva's question, I think it was Andrea Donoso who was looking for a Spanish-speaking beta reader. Eva just said, who was that? I think it was.
I think you're right.
I think it was.
Live was looking for someone who could read Spanish. So again, Luna, I'll be sure to connect.
Yeah, for sure.
I did something from Eva that I was going to shout out. So Eva said something about an LLC. I can't make it big. I have an LLC I did for future publishing. I did it so early as an umbrella for the index, which I didn't want to link. So here is the point I was going to make, a former business school teacher, so I can help you with this. The great thing about that, Eva, is you own the website, the index itself is something of value. And so, yes, you would want an LLC to separate it from you and your personal assets. God forbid something happened and someone sued that website. That protects your personal assets. So I would do that for writers until you have a book that can get you for traditional publishing. Until you have a book that can get sold, you don't have an asset that really someone's going to come at you for, I don't think. Self-publishing, obviously, the moment you publish a book, yes, you should have an LLC to protect your personal assets from anybody that says, wait, that book has me in it, I'm suing you, or you know what I mean, something like that. So yes, Eva, smart.
Yep. I had an LLC for my fitness, because with fitness, even though we have insurance, someone can still sue you if they get hurt or they think you did something wrong. Even if you didn't, they can still sue you. So I was like, I definitely need to have an LLC for that. And so the same thing, you put something in your book and someone thinks that it's them, or they think you stole their story or whatever, which is another topic we didn't talk about.
I know.
We should talk about that one next time, because there have been some things going on.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll just stay personal, just because business sounds way too complicated.
I know. I just did personal too.
Yeah.
Personal.
I was like, this is giving me a headache.
That could be something you could do, Barrett. You could do a video. When is it time? When is it time? How long can you go just being personal? When is it time for you to start seriously thinking about, have you met this benchmark, this benchmark, this benchmark? Is it time for you to really look into the LLC?
Can't find my notebook.
Because we need to know these things. Because I'm like, is it time yet? Do I need to do this thing again? Is it time? Because I'm getting ready to put out some stuff. So I'm like, I feel like I'm getting there, and I've been there before, and I'm like, How long can I put this off?
More than anything, it's a headache. Just keeping up with and not terrible headache, but it is some filings you have to do with the state. At least in Missouri, it's some filings you have to do with the state quarterly and then annually, and it's just remembering to do it. And if you miss a couple filings with the state, it's just something you go back and do later, and usually you pay a small fee for. So
yeah,
for what it's worth. Okay, wait. Someone's time stamping 1 hour and 28. Oh, of course, business backend. Thank you, Richard. Okay, I should have known. LLCs in the U.S. vary state by state quite a bit as well. 100%, 100%. The laws in Illinois are so different from Missouri. It's not even funny. But the state that I would tell people, if you're planning to make this your full-time gig, look at Vermont or some of the states that have Nevada, some of the states that have the loosest LLC laws, only because it gives you more freedom in what you can do with that as it grows. So. And you don't have to live in a state to incorporate there. Just another thing. You do not have to live in a state to incorporate there. You may have to have a mailbox, but you don't have to live there. So there you go.
The more you know.
Ding, ding. A lot of useless information. Delaware is one of the most business-friendly states in the country. So.
If anybody knows also, if you're writing under a pen name, how to keep your pen name when you're doing the LLC, how to keep your pen name separate from your LLC and your business. If anybody knows this, that would be some nuggets I'm interested in.
Put more than one name under the LLC, because that's one thing, like, especially since I'm looking at different
DBA, doing business as. So I like mine will be Barrett Laurie LLC, and then everything underneath it will be doing business as Barrett Laurie. It'll be another entity, and then just says DBA, and then it's under that LLC. And as long as you file it with the state,
video.
You're protected. I got you though.
Yes, please.
It's like black magic to me.
Yeah, I have all these different things that I need to sort out.
Yeah.
And like organize under.
Yeah. That may be a good collaboration too, to do the videos about when, and then maybe try to pull in maybe a Sarah Sutton who's been releasing 6 or 7 books on the self side, and maybe reach out to I guess Lindsay Puckett's too new, but maybe like a Michelle Schusterman, someone who's done traditional publishing side, and find out like, hey, how did you set these up? And
when,
and how is it different, right? Like how is it this way for self, or is it not? So that might be a good idea for the future too. If there are some good books, author tubers with reference material on these topics, I'd love to know. Anna will dig in and see if we can find that. But I'm definitely Kennedy Fox. You're right, Justiva. That's another great one I should to see. Because they definitely, I know she's talked in her videos about setting up their LLC and getting them ready when they both left their full-time jobs. So yes, Eva, 100. And yes, CPAs.
The domain names. Oh, yes. Eva's got some good gems in here.
I mean, she always does though,
I know, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Riley's like, I don't want to be on camera.
Oh, there's so much cuteness.
I know.
The puppy cut.
Look
It's best.
She's like, get me down.
Oh, Natalie. So much. No worries. You get the potting done. That's the most important.
Yes.
And just come back and say nailed it, and we'll know that it worked.
But not like the baking show, because if you say nailed it and that's what you mean, you didn't exactly nail it.
Fair.
That's
So yeah. So what about the rest of everybody on the break? We didn't ever get to Luna or Nia. What did you guys do?
Luna, go ahead.
Well, I finally went back to the second book of my series I started translating it and rewriting it, because that's what I do during NaNoWriMo. So I'm just trying to get there slowly but surely and not to die in the process.
I edited our thumbnail from last night's Author Tubers React, because I posted that we're doing episode 5 and 6, but once they're both done, the YouTube one is episode 5 and then the Twitch one is episode 6. So I'm updating the thumbnail. I added Amy's IG, little things like that. Just the busy side
Amy
of.
has a Ko-fi.
Oh, Amy has a Ko-fi?
Yeah, I asked her for it last night. So it's author Amy, but without the underscore that she has on Instagram.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put that on there. Thank you. And I've got it open, so.
She's like, I don't know what to do on it. I was like, oh, that's fine.
That's okay. You'll help
I was
her
like,
out.
that's not required.
First step is getting one, and as I'm learning as I'm finding new things. Oh, I can do this. No, I can do that. Right
You
now,
can
I'm just
always
updating.
message me. The service that I have for Ko-fi coaching is like a top to bottom. If you have one set up, it's like an audit and like this is what you can do to improve it. And if you don't have anything set up like Natalie, it's like I'm gonna help her come up with it. Hey Natalie, your ears must have been ringing.
I'm back.
How did it go?
Here.
I'm on a every 2-hour rotation with that so that
That's
hopefully we can get to a point where we don't need diapers anymore.
Eva said, I gotta say, I had heard about folks talking about little boys and potty training stories, and well, they're all true. I've never
They
been
are.
in the toilet so frequently in my entire life.
Yeah.
And
have
you found every other things and they realize their aim, other things that they find that, oh, look, I can reach the trash can or the bathtub.
We're still doing the sitting down with the little blocker at the end. But I realized when he was standing in front of the toilet today, I was like, he might be tall enough for us to cross over. But then he doesn't really have number 2 down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't want him to confuse.
Yeah, you want to wait on that.
This is why Chandra and I don't have children.
Children's stories are not for the faint of heart.
I do manuscript critique. I used to have an editorial service listed on my Ko-fi until I realized that work brings me no joy. So I took it off. But the way I talk about my critique service is pretty similar to the way I've seen people talk about their editing services on Fiverr. So you could check that out, Eva. Yeah.
Someone is super depressed because Ricky's about to leave for work. I'm sorry, I can't help it. He's got to go make that money so we can buy books.
Hi, Ricky. Bye, Ricky.
Bye, Ricky.
About to walk through and she's just, wait, what's happening?
But I just remember that now that I know Barrett also likes NCIS, I don't feel any shame in like quoting all these different episodes that I remember, which my mom doesn't understand how. There's an old episode where Kate to Tony is like, I've seen you fire your weapon. I don't trust your aim. Like talking about because they have to share the toilet on a stakeout.
Wait. Have you finished the whole thing, or are you like?
So I didn't really watch after Ziva left. Like I watched a few episodes. I watched the first story arc with Ellie, like with that guy who she had been on the case of, and then they were like, oh, we took you off and now you're on it, and like you're not, like the whole point of you was to avoid this. Mm-hmm. So I was there for that, and then I watched the episode Keep Going where Palmer like has his moment because I heard that was really good, but then I wasn't really watching it, and then it's like, oh, Ducky's leaving, Abby's leaving, or that order's swapped or whatever. I was just like, I have no reason to go back and watch. And then it's like X is back, and I'm like, oh, maybe. And then I like just didn't get around to it, and now it's like, oh, and he's leaving. And I'm like, okay, now why would I watch it?
Yeah, so I'm starting to get to that point. I'm really slowed down on how much I'm watching it, but for a minute there, I was like just blowing through the episodes.
I just watched the old ones. What season do I normally stop at? Okay, yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I really only watched through season 10. I have watched Honor Thy Father, the final episode of season 11, multiple times, because obviously, like, that was in tribute to the actor who played, that character. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like, oh, we wrote the character out of the story. It was like, it was because of the actor. So like that made me cry.
I think I'm on 14 now. So
the only show I know about them cutting out characters because the actor screwed up was Lost, when one of the characters got a DUI, and then in Harry Potter they cut out the kid who also got a DUI.
Yeah, they were yeah, that I know.
You know who they didn't have to do that for? Cedric.
Well, that was from the book. They weren't going to go off canon for that. Which is what people who are fans of Shadow and Bone, the Netflix show, need to remember. They're not going to change the Endgame ship. I have problems with all the ships, except maybe one, but that was never.
Okay, but you know what scene I go back to every time? Alex's wedding. I will randomly just be like, I just need to watch that right now. Because why? Because emotions and feelings. I'm having a hard day. I'm gonna go watch the wedding. Like that 2 minutes. It's a pick me up. I need that.
I watch Faith and Humanity Restored videos, and I will be there bawling, going, "They saved the kitten from the storage drain!" Like it's
It's the ones that get me.
Sinuses are backed up. It will clear everything. I'm like full ugly cry.
I love those so much. I like the bear taking the cubs across the street and all of traffic just stops. The ones that trip me out are the hunter that helps the deer get out of the fence. I'm like, okay.
So this is Riley on her spot on the couch.
Aww.
Right over there. But I can't move my entire camera.
I want y'all to know that I did watch 5 minutes of a rat saving her babies from a burrow the other day. All 5 minutes of it.
That's cute.
And I was invested. I was like,
Yeah.
Get them.
Wait. Did you count how many? Because that would be my investment. I'd be like, wait, how many does
there are 5.
5? Okay.
And by the time she got the last one, and she went back to check to make sure she had all of them. But by the time she went to check the last time, like the 6th time she went, like the water was like so deep, and she was like swimming down into the hole, and it was just like waiting for her to surface. And I was like,
oh my god!
I'm
watching Squid Games.
Yes.
You got 5 days.
Like, you can make it.
Come back, girl. You got to come back. And then she like pops up, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was stressed.
Okay, Chandra, we have that writing challenge of where all the characters must be animals. We could still make a flash fiction of suspense with animals. That video proves it.
I mean,
This is true. This is true.
I recently saw one where there was this photographer who was like getting attacked by a buck with like his antlers and everything, and he just kept putting his hat back on and going like this. I was like, dude, back up and like move away. And he finally did it. I'm like, why did it take you this long? Like, this could have been very bad.
oh, yes, I need to get in the room. It's me.
So I already know how my next sprint's going to be. I'm going to be arguing with my son to eat his food. I mean, the boy has chocolate donuts, cinnamon and sugar donuts, and bacon. Like, what on that plate is not appetizing?
Sounds like the breakfast of
Eat it
champions.
all.
Breakfast or chicken.
I'm
I had a pigs in a blanket and
that's
like
fine.
Stuffed mushrooms for breakfast today because they were leftovers.
Did you
my
put
mom.
caviar on top too?
No.
I know, I'm like, very fancy.
My mom is always on me. She's like, you don't heat food up. And I'm like, because I'm hungry. And she's like, it'll taste better. I was like, Mom, it's already fine. Like, it tastes good. I promise you. You haven't bought me food that doesn't taste good.
The only thing you have to warm up is rice.
Yeah, no.
That's really.
It starts getting hard again. It's like, what is that?
Yeah.
What
But I warm up everything. I need my food either really hot or really cold. Like, whatever it's supposed to be, it needs to be extra.
Same.
There's nothing
Whatever that
better
is.
than leftover pizza from the fridge. Just saying.
I love
I
Papa
love
Ken.
it.
Me as a parent, don't want that delicious food. Okay, eats it myself. One. That would be delicious.
I'm like, I'm not at all a proponent of this style of parenting. I'm just saying that my experience as a child of parenting was that the kitchen closed and either I ate the food or I didn't. And the rest of the day I would be like, I'm so hungry.
Oh, no. That's my kitchen doesn't open until the next meal. That food is there until probably, okay, he's got 15 more minutes. 11 o'clock is when I'll allow lunch to, as early as lunch to be. And I let my kids eat junk, like, because I'm watching TikTok and it's like, look, I made like
I cut the avocado
Parmesan
into
meatballs for my 1-year-old, and I'm like, dude, I'm heating up some chicken nuggets. Like, I do not have your game.
There's I have a family friend who a few days ago took like this 3-year-old to a cooking class. The person doesn't cook. The teacher of the cooking class is like some famous chef. And my mom and I are both like, this kid is never going to remember this very expensive outing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, at least when like I went to like musical theater for my birthday, like it was always on my birthday, so I remembered, but also like I was old enough to understand
Special. Yeah.
Mhm.
the thing. Actually, there were two. Like, I don't remember 42nd Street, and apparently there was one even before that. And I was like, I don't know that one at all. Sorry.
Yeah, chicken
Right.
nuggets have protein. You're good, Natalie.
I
I
make
gotta
sure
say,
I offer it.
I was that parent when my kids would go to school. Like, all of the kids were like, oh, looking at their lunch. Because I'm like, what do you like, child? Because I don't believe in wasting food. So I'm like, I don't want to waste. Why am I going to give you something you're not going to eat? What are you going to actually eat when you're at school? And so I think that, and my daughter's like, I always had the best lunches. I'm like, I know you did, because
You're like, I know you did.
I'm not
I made
wasting.
sure.
I don't believe in wasting. But
Yeah.
also, what do you like?
I know one time I
This
got
boy
my
keeps
dad in
changing.
trouble because I refused to eat what he'd given me, and he was like, "You can't leave the table until you eat this." And I was like, "Well, I'm not eating it." So my mom came home from work, and I was still sitting at the table with my food cold and untouched. And she comes in and she was like, "Well, come say hi to me." And I'm like, I can't leave the table till I eat this, and I'm not going to eat it." And she was like, "What do you mean? How long have you been sitting there?" I was like, "Well, since lunch." And she's getting home from work, and she was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, I did that.
Chandra.
happen. I was quite stubborn.
I have always been like really good with food. I love food so much that I'm not even picky, and I was never picky.
I usually wasn't, but I don't remember what it was. But I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm not eating it. And
My grandma apparently gave my mom and her 2 brothers. It's like, okay, you can have one thing that I will never serve you. So one of my brothers was like, never gonna have canned peas, and I don't remember what the other 2 were. But when I was growing up, my mom was like, I had some babysitters who were like, you have to eat everything on your plate, and my mom was like, no, if she says she's full,
Yeah.
she's full. Like, we'll save it.
I also don't believe in
and
that.
she'll eat it later, which I always did. And if later was the next day, whatever, it's, it's like I wasn't wasting
Hey, steak
food.
and eggs.
My mom was
Great
like, I'm not
breakfast.
going to tell her to override her body signals.
Yep. I was raised on you eat everything on your plate. You don't get up till you eat everything on your plate. And then my mom found out way too late, food allergies. Like food sensitivities and food allergies. Like, I didn't like that because every time I ate it, it made me sick afterwards. And I didn't know why as a kid. I just know I eat that, something good does not happen. So my mom was like, oh. So now my mom is just like me. She like will make the buffet for my mom is so different now. I love her so much. But I love that she was able to but she was raised very strict also. So she raised us strict. And it's like she didn't know. She's like, this is how you put the hammer down on the kids and you think. And so now I'm just like, no, we don't waste food. What do you like and what do you don't like? And if you have a food sensitivity, no questions asked. It doesn't even go on your plate. So even when I make enchiladas, everybody's like, you wrap each individual. I'm like, everybody wants their enchilada different. And so do I. So I don't make the enchilada casserole. No, that never happens. Each one, I'm like, what do you want on your enchilada? Okay. What do you want? No cheese, extra jalapenos. And everybody's like, yes. My kids' friends, when they come over, they're like, I can have the one I want. I'm like, yeah.
Well, then that's the thing. Like, food is supposed to be enjoyed. So why would you eat something that you don't like? That's the way I am with like the kids, because I work in a childcare, and I'm like, I am very big on try it, but if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force you. Like, why would I force you to eat whatever you want? No. Not okay.
It's not like there's one food that offers X vitamin and there's nothing else in the world. So it's not like, oh,
Right.
if you don't eat spinach,
Exactly.
you're never going to have iron. So I'm going to
No, you
force
can
the
eat something
spinach
else.
down your throat. It's like,
Yep.
Mhm.
you don't have to do that.
We can find something else, you know. We'll find a green vegetable that you do like. And I did that with my kids. Let's find a green vegetable that you do like. And turns out mostly they just liked raw vegetables. My kids are weird. But I was like, you want that raw broccoli? Okay, there you go.
Well, that's the
Go for
thing.
it.
My
What they
son
like.
likes broccoli.
And
He
it's
won't eat
actually
chocolate
very
donuts, but he
healthy.
likes broccoli.
I love broccoli. So here's the thing is that like when I was little, apparently my mom had me out at lunch with like family friend and her, and she had like goldfish and all these other little things for me. And the family friend ordered spanakopita or Greek spinach pie, whatever you want to call it. Because I know some people are like, oh, it's called this. And I'm like, well, technically. And apparently I ate her meal instead of my kid's meal. So like I've always been like the kid who like eats stuff that you don't assume a kid will like. But then when my mom tried to give me congee, which is like basically rice soup from China, I didn't like it at all. But it's because of the consistency. It's not because of like what it is. And then, you know, as an adult, I was like, you could have put stuff in it. I would have eaten it then.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I always tell people though when they're like, "Oh, I don't like this." I'm like, "Is it because you don't like the texture, or because you don't like the taste?" 'Cause
Yeah,
if you don't
that's
like the
what
taste,
it's always the thing for me.
try it and prepare it a different way because
Yeah.
it may just like maybe someone just didn't season it well, whatever.
Mhm.
But if it's a texture thing, then
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
make people eat that over and over again because the
Yeah.
texture it's a sensory thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no matter how well my mom would make that liver, just the consistency of liver, no, I just can't. I'm like, Mom, I don't care if you make it like steak. It doesn't feel like steak. It feels like something else in my mouth. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it does have a different texture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's me and chili. I don't do chili. That's my
Oh,
one
I
meal
love
that I'll
chili.
skip.
I love
But-
I eat everything.
Yeah.
Chili is a dish that I make separate. I make with beans for half of us and without beans for the other of us. But they want the sauce. They just don't want any beans because the consistency of beans, they're just like, can't do it. But they're like, the chili's good. So I'll make two chilies. That's fine.
For my Thanksgiving, when when two of my cousins became pescatarians, which means they're vegetarians who eat fish, and like seafood and stuff, like they won't do chicken and they won't do red meat, but they'll do fish and seafood. We had to start making a separate stuffing for them with like vegetable stock instead of beef stock or chicken stock. And so they have that separate, and everything else is like they just don't eat the turkey, and it's totally fine, and everyone's happy. But for a long time, there are people who are like, "Oh, like we don't want to do that." I'm thinking, why the fuck not? Like, how hard is it?
Ko-fi expert, I have a question. So I just opened an email from PayPal that tells me I may not pay a fee on Ko-fi, but I'm going to pay fees on PayPal.
Yeah, so they take a little bit every single time.
Okay.
Which is what I was saying with the when it goes to my.
Got it. Is the stripe necessary?
No.
Okay. Does anyone actually use it on yours? Like, is it?
I do. Yeah,
You
Crow uses Stripe on mine.
Okay.
Because I think some countries don't have PayPal
Stripe.
or something.
Mhm.
And whereas Stripe lets anyone put in their credit card info,
Got
even
it.
if they don't have, like, you don't need a Stripe account to use Stripe as the shopper, supporter, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
We're going to start the next sprint, or we never will.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the chat. I was listening a little bit to the
To us doing it without you.
LLC chat, like in my absence.
Yeah.
Luna, this is your tree.
Oh, I haven't even. Oh, did I? Oh, yes, I did.
You
Just
did.
kidding.
This was like forever ago.
No, I did. I thought I didn't join the room.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
that's why
saw that you
forgot.
didn't.
That's why I forgot.
Oh, this is pretty
Yeah.
with the snow on it. I love it.
Some of them look really pretty, and other times when it's like made
Mhm.
with the snow, it like ruins it. Like the
Mhm.
the witch mushroom, which is normally purple, got turned red, and I'm like, no. I was like, leave my witchiness alone. Come up with your own thing. So, we're gonna plant in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Puppy on screen, puppy on screen. How did people do?
Good. Do you want us to report in order?
Yes, please.
I figured out how to do a cover photo on Ko-fi, thanks to Zara's help. So needs that, do that. Published a flash fiction that I did back in November on CGL, and just published a little flash fiction I shared with Chandra and Natalie's channel yesterday. So,
Ooh.
That one was spicy.
it was super spicy. Putting up lots of fiction, because Natalie inspired me when I went and looked at hers to put up flash fiction stories. What a great idea! Like, I was like, what am I going to put on this Ko-fi thing? And that's a great idea, since we write those about once a week. So yeah.
When I do tiers, I plan to put my flash fiction that I write, since I type it up too. I plan to post it ahead of time before the video is released for the tier people.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to do my tiers with the comic. I'm going to have bigger portions of the comic, and then I'm going to have little just side snippets and tier it that way.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's other ideas too, but
yeah,
we at least got that going for us.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Oh, Andrea's here. This is who we were going to connect you with, Luna, in chat.
Yes.
Andrea, was it you that was looking for a Spanish language beta reader? If so, Luna may be someone
Yes.
to connect you with.
I'm here.
Yeah. You found.
I did.
Follow Luna on her Ko-fi, because I think that's where she's going to offer her services eventually.
Yeah, I'm setting it up for the new year.
I did a good bit. I made thumbnails for the rest of the month, and I've got a new. I think I'm going to do a video about it at some point in time. But I have an organization system for my desktop. I used to work in data management and stuff like that, so I know a lot of people have been talking about being stressed with organization systems and like how to find things and all that stuff. So I did a reset and cleaned up so I can share that information. And now I'm just like, I never posted my reading recap on my Instagram, so I need to post that next and getting everything tidy.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just kept writing the same scene, trying to make it work, because it's very different from the Spanish version. So I'm just trying to like connect everything with how Wind Weaver of Dreams went, and still keeping the Spanish version going without changing too much. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm gonna have a lot to edit when I finish.
Cool.
You want to go, Natalie?
Yeah, sorry, I'm multitasking. So I still got 5 minutes left to edit in my video. I'm at least past my reading of my flash fiction that I did for this video. Now I got to cover my least favorite line and my favorite line, wrap up, and then put in the background footage of me actually writing the story for the reading. And of course, in that, more update is that my son is finally eating. We have settled on Buffalo Ranch chicken dip.
Delicious.
With the little Tostino's bite-sized rounds. Perfect. And it's even better because we're finishing it off. It's leftovers. And because he's eating,
Yes.
but he wanted to play a game, I'm playing a game now too. So there's that.
Good. Look at that. He got you.
Oh, you're gonna play now? Sweet.
Awesome.
Buffalo chicken dip for the win.
Yeah.
It's protein.
Let me see. I did some measurements for some things in my office, which is coming together. I took a couple of video clips. So I went and did some measurements, and I looked at some stuff on Amazon, but for the office. So it counts as productivity for my writing things. I wasn't just shopping, I promise. It counts, right? But yeah, I had to look.
I'm not
looking
throwing
for
any stones.
Yeah, I'm looking for, because I want to do the lights like here in the other guest room. So my new office is also going to be a guest room, but I'm not sharing the office. So pretty much I'll have it all to myself. So I'll have the whole room. I won't be confined to just this corner. And then if someone needs to use it as a guest room, that is still available. So I'm excited. It's looking good. I'm like so happy. I'll have my own space.
What website builder do you use has that option? Because I will say, I think Ko-fi's UI is the best, even compared to a lot of ones that are done like natively on Wix and Squarespace and WordPress.
If she
It's a lot cleaner.
Me, she probably went Squarespace, but I feel like she did Wix. I think. Pretty sure Eva used Wix.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want Ko-fi to be your like in between, fine. But honestly, if you build up your following there, there's no reason to then make them switch over again. And like Ko-fi has everything except you being able to say like zarahoffman.com. That's like really the only thing.
Well, thank you, Regina. I'm assuming the one about the death, since I hadn't uploaded AuthorTube drama yet, which was the one I did on, and I linked to Chandra and Natalie's video on that one.
I saw that. I just commented. I said, "Ooh," but I didn't have time to read it in like the 2 seconds between.
The reaction. I want to timestamp their faces when they're reading it, because as you're watching it, you see their faces go, "Oh, is this nonfiction?" And I was like,
"The tea! I can't wait."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Eva. So it's about offering services, not building a following there. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. And yes, Regina, do it for sci-fi and horror. I'd love to read your other kinds of stories. I need to go follow Regina. I'm assuming Regina's on Ko-fi. What am I talking about? Of course, Regina's on Ko-fi.
She was one of the first people I converted. Her and Crow were like, "Oh, we're following you. Maybe we should make our own." And I was like, "Yes, you should." Regina's the only one who's done the my Ko-fi coaching service, and Natalie, we will be doing our thing when we schedule it. So just let me know now that I'm basically on break for a month.
You tell me when. I'm pretty open. I only work like 3 days this coming week, and then 4 days the following week.
Want to do something on Thursday or tomorrow?
Could do tomorrow. Yeah, because Mondays are my really relaxed days. So I will count it as my lunch hour.
Cool. So we'll text then.
Yeah.
Can we get a link to yours, Regina? I'm doing it. Hold on. I've memorized some of these. So like when it's really simple, like I've memorized everyone's on screen.
I'm following anybody who follows me. If I haven't seen you already, if I haven't followed, so just, you need someone.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the same thing because I don't. Now, I'm learning that a lot of people are doing the thing where they're using their same name so I can find people. But definitely if you follow me, I'm going to follow you back because I'm like, oh, there they are. Some people I don't know if they have just the follower Ko-fi or if they've actually, like Barrett now has a Ko-fi. So
you can, I think you can follow supporter accounts, which is weird. But like once they turn it into.
Yeah.
So I have 97 followers. Wow. I'm following 79. So I have a list of people who are author tubers that you could follow if people want that. Maybe
that's a good idea too, to do like on a public post.
Yeah, I'll make that as a post. I just realized I should do that.
That's a great idea. Yeah, so I went down the Ko-fi rabbit hole and I've been there all morning.
Zara always gets me on the Ko-fi rabbit hole. I'm like, there's so many things, and no, look at this thing. So yeah, it's fun. You know what? We need to do a collab one time of all of the things, especially those of us who've only been doing it for like a couple years, what we paid for and used, what's been most beneficial, and what was that was a waste of money, never used it, never even looked at it.
Yeah.
So the other new people coming in can know, is this thing going to be worth it to me? Because there's so many things. Every time I turn around, I feel like there's something else, and then it's like, is this thing actually going to end up being worth it that I'm paying for a
Yeah.
monthly subscription or an annual, and I forget, and then boom, it just comes down. I'm like, what was that even? To look it up.
Some of the founders of Ko-fi are following mine, and when I saw that, I like flipped my shit. I was like,
That's
oh
cool.
no. But it's because they know that I get so many people to come over, and because I'm like super, super active. Just because Charlie is a cinnamon roll that we all love, I'm putting her in the chat, even though she's not even in this stream.
Love Charlie. I need to go find Charlie's too, so that's very helpful. I'm trying to find
Yeah.
Eva's right now is what I'm hunting for.
I strongly suggested, in a non-threatening way, I promise, that she offer custom bullet journals. Because she makes bullet journals for her friends. And I was like, you could make money off of this. So.
Yeah, Eva, the only one I could find is the Just Eva one. So
That is her.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the Bookend Lane, so I was getting confused.
No. If you type in dash Bookend Lane, it is her. But it's called Just Eva.
Got it.
Let me see.
Yep. Okay. Found Eva. Now I gotta find Charlie. Which
All right,
Whoever wants to make this video, or if everyone wants to make this video, I would love watching this.
Yep. Exactly. All right. Am I already following Charlie?
I think you did on a previous stream.
Okay.
Chandra. How did that happen?
Oh, right. I think I did. Yeah, I remember now.
After this stream, probably let's be honest, after I record the interview with Regina, I'll post a link with everyone's usernames. I think I might have already started one, and I probably just need to update it, but I'm working on it, Regina. I'm probably going to have to ask Kelly if we can move the interview to like 12:30, if you're all right with that, Regina. I mean, you're here, so it's not like, you know. Where the hell is the dog tree? This is what happens when you've unlocked everything. You can't find anything. There we go. Has a red nose like Rudolph.
You know, as much as it annoys us that they changed the pictures, I know there's someone that works with the Force app, and they are like, I got the perfect idea of how to change this to make it Christmassy and holiday and stuff. Like, let's make the dog nose red. And like, they had all these plans.
And they always do.
Whenever apps update their little icon, it gets me so stressed because I have everything organized on my screen by color.
The good thing is that the Force app icon never changes. It's just everything within the app. Also, they made the size of the timer smaller. The font the numbers used to be bigger, and I noticed that on Friday during my stream. I was like, when did that happen? Ko-fi collaboration. What if we did like a Ko-fi YouTube tag?
That'd be great.
That's a
Where
great
it's
idea.
like, this is why I created Ko-fi. This is their Ko-fi page. This is what's on my Ko-fi. This is who you should follow.
Yeah.
It could be short and sweet. Like, it could be like a minute long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never against a tag. It usually takes me about 10 years to actually get the tag made. I love them in theory.
I find it easier to memorize. When did I say that? What was I talking about? That could apply to
The
musical
Ko-fi.
theater or NCIS.
Ko-fi names.
Oh.
Yeah, I find that their search function for other creators isn't super handy.
I don't love it. Yeah.
It's egregious. We've told them they have a lot of things on their plate, and from what I can tell, there isn't a straight line of like, we're gonna fix these things first, and then we're gonna do this. I did a presentation on them. Co-follow train, create Ko-fi.
Yeah.
Well, so their thing, if you ever type in a Instagram story and you're looking at the stickers and you type in Ko-fi with the hyphen so that you get the official ones, they have a thing that says create from home. They have one that says commissions open. They have one that says support me on Ko-fi. And then because I'm a Ko-fi ambassador, I can search for the Ko-fi ambassador one and have the one with the crown like kind of hopping up and down.
Okay, I feel like I've set this thing up. Like I can leave it now. I need to do a page intro and an intro video, I guess. Like
You don't have to do an intro video. I mean, I think they say that you get more if you do, but I for a while I had my AuthorTube newbie tag as it, and now I have like my story idea, I think, video where like I went through all my story ideas at the time. I'm pretty sure I've added a few to my list since. Oh no, okay, no, now it's 24 facts about me. I forgot.
Okay.
That was a tag by Sarah Sutton.
I have the book trailer for my book.
Well, that's a good idea.
For now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can rotate the video. It's not like there are some people who made a video where it's like, "Hi, this is my name. This is why I have this is what I do. This is why I have a Ko-fi," and they just like keep it that way. But I rotate mine out.
Eva,
Maybe
when
I'll
I
update it to my latest blog.
It's kind of true.
Who Natalie picked this one? Obviously, it's the dog. I don't know why I even asked. It's like when it's like, who picked the cactus? That's not a real question.
Me every time.
I was hoping to have my video edited by now on my phone so I could actually be a part of the tree I picked, but that didn't happen.
That's okay, Natalie. During our Ko-fi session tomorrow, I can just make one and like we can just run it for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, this is usually when I say I have no clue why I couldn't make one and finish this in time, and I just pan the camera over to Spencer.
Although you can enter the forest room if you have deep focus turned off and then do other things on your phone.
Really?
I mean, that's a cheat that it kind of defeats the point of the app, but
yeah, well, it's fine. I'm focusing on work.
So do you want to join the room or do you?
Yeah, I'm going to jump over right now. I'm going to make sure that I have deep focus off. Is that an option when I click join room or is that separate?
It's up top.
Up top. Oh, let me go back.
It's when you click the drop down.
Focus is off. Yeah, because I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. 2 seconds. Or
I initially thought
Eva's planning the whole thing out for us. It's great.
I know. I love it. I'm taking screenshots. Oh, it just jumped.
Y'all just send a mass email that will tell me what video I got to make to be a part of this. I'll be fine.
Someone told me, I'll send out an email. There was another tag that I got tagged in, and I know I didn't do it. And at this point, I'm like, do I even do it? It was like the spread the love tag. And I'm like, I just have everyone I love on my streams. And then I invite everyone else on my streams too. It's like, do I need to like do a whole tag where I'm like, or you could just come to my Sunday and Friday streams and like find their links.
All right. Deep focus is off. I'm in the room.
Cool.
Hopefully I don't kill the tree.
Here we go.
If you have deep focus off, you can't kill the tree. For a long time, I thought that if me as the person running it had it turned off, no one could kill the tree. And then we tested it multiple times and someone's like, no, everyone in the room has to have it off. So
I know. I think I still have 2 Patreons. I'm like, move over to Ko-fi so I can get rid of Patreon.
Don't you get their emails? Don't you have access to their emails?
I don't know.
I think you do.
I literally
think
just made the Patreon
dashboard, find their emails, and be like, Patreon
I'll
is
look.
disappearing at the end of 2021. Here's
Literally, I made the Patreon just to make it, and then I was shocked when someone actually became a patron of mine. I was like, oh, wasn't expecting it.
The new follow on my Ko-fi. Okay, we're gonna start the timer. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
I'll be right back.
just dropped my phone, so that's awesome. But Riley's very needy today because the way my mom left her at my place today, she stuck around a little bit longer. So Riley's separation anxiety this morning is worse than it normally is when my mom drops her off. Riley, say hi to Loki. Riley's like, where?
Loki, look, Riley's here.
Loki. Loki.
Loki is the same way just because I told you guys how busy we were yesterday, and he was just like not having it. And he was like, why is nobody paying attention to me? It was
We always
sadness.
pay attention to you, Loki. We just, mommy has other shit to do.
I know. He does not understand this. He's like, no. Like just now, just trying to type, and he's like, move your hand away from the keyboard.
The last sprint,
It's literally on my hand.
The last sprint, I could barely do anything because if I don't hold her with both arms, she doesn't feel secure. And then she freaks out and moves so much that she might actually fall. So
Yeah.
I once dropped her carrier when she was a puppy, so I don't know if I'm the one to blame for her fear of heights.
Oh.
But I would never actually let you fall.
I know.
It was
He's
like
sitting so that I can't touch the keyboard at all. He's like, no.
If I hold her like this and my arm is still under her, I can almost reach my keyboard with my left hand. And since I can type ambidextrously, it's not the worst, but it's obviously not effective or efficient. Do you just need love, Riley?
If you sit, I'll give you a treat. How about that? Will you sit down for a treat?
Her ears perked up. I didn't say that to you, Riley.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I would if I could. I promise, Riley. I would if I could.
It's okay. She'll get some later.
Yeah. All right. That got him to sit down.
Good baby.
I really got my life together this sprint.
What did you get together?
Her life.
Yeah, let's hear.
My planners, and I started getting everything on the calendar, and then I started texting people and be like, hey, send me the dates, send me the times. Let me just put this on here, because otherwise if I don't have it on there like weeks in advance, it doesn't exist.
Same. I had Sarah's interview.
Emailed you for January.
Zara's sitting on my stream. I'm interviewing her, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning at whatever time." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And again, it hadn't made it to my calendar, and thank goodness that worked out that way, or I'd have been a no-show. So, or at least an hour.
There was a Dobby flash.
Yes.
You just see Tail go across the screen.
He's being an absolute treasure right now. But I was telling Natalie yesterday, I watched this really, really sad pet video. And then I was like, just, so tearful. And I was like, okay, everybody gets to sleep with mom tonight. And then Dobby proceeded to ignore me up until about midnight, at which point he was like, let me headbutt you to show that I care. Let me sleep on your face.
Thanks, buddy.
Make biscuits on your stomach. Let me go. Let me come back. Wait, let me come back. And I was just like, this is why you don't get to stay with me.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm back.
Fabulous.
We have witnessed this, Chandra. You're forgetting streams. I will never forget the one where we were in the stream. We're like, hey, Chandra, remember that stream we have? And she's like, wait, who's on it? I can't wait to see it. We're like, you're the guest with us on it. What do you mean? And
which is also the one that I missed.
I still missed the stream. And this is the best part. Literally shows up a second after we get backstage. I mean, we get backstage, the stream is ended, and there's Chandra like, hey, guys, sorry I missed it.
I'm about to do the Dobby toss with Loki. Yeah. I think he'll land on his feet. He's very cat-like.
Like today.
Riley, we're almost done.
I want you to know that this shoulder actually hurts right now.
Oh. You did.
Does Dobby care? No. So first thing this morning when I first got on in this morning, he literally was sitting with his tail facing that way, and I have a candle on my desk. And his tail was directly over. It's like a 3 candle. His tail
Oh
was
no, Loki.
directly over it, and I was like, dude.
Good girl, Riley. Lie
Will
down.
end badly. Will end badly.
Yeah.
Loki is like Dobby,
like
teach me your ways.
Good girl, Riley. She
Loki
finally
is like,
settled
ooh,
down.
who's that?
No, he's really
That's
enjoying
Dobby.
himself right now. I'm like, good for him.
And I love while you're holding him, he's like his paw on your face.
I just realized the names of your animals are both of characters that cause chaos.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Obviously, I thought that out.
Fitting names. Fitting names.
I mean, Riley means like glen or forest clearing in Irish, and we were like, we just named it because it was cute and it's unisex because we didn't know what dog we were gonna get when we first,
Yeah.
And then when we were briefly living in New Jersey and there was all this grass and she absolutely loved it, we're like, oh, I guess there is something to the name meaning. Like, we're such city people, but she really likes not being in the city.
Again, he's perched on my knee. I don't know how he does this. He really is channeling his inner cat right now.
Pride rock.
I know, very much.
I know.
You'll say there's something to the names, and it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Sometimes I try to make him uncomfortable. Look at him.
He's like, no.
Nope, this is good. Y'all talk about something to the names, and it makes me think of human names. Like, my name apparently means Christmas child, even though I'm born in April. But when it comes to Christmas, I'm all over it. Like, I got my spreadsheets for everyone's. Like, I'm asking for, like, give me your list of what you want back in August.
Oh, wow.
I'm
All right. Let me try this Dobby toss.
my name means either the moon or mystical demon. It really just depends on the day.
I like mystical demon. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
My name means princess in Arabic, and my namesake was named Zita, and she actually, that's not the name she was born with, but she changed it to Zita because she found out an Austrian princess was named that. So it's like, okay. Riley's more of a princess than I am.
someone was thirsty. Get that water.
Sorry, that's Loki.
Oh,
After
Loki,
Pride
go.
Rock.
Hydrate. He was tired. He was like, I gotta get some water. And I love Dobby's just like, nope.
He has his head is laying on the desk, and he's like,
Yep.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Like, oh, I'm sorry. Could you hold still? Thanks. I was napping, but
He's so weird.
I'm not sure if, like, I'm starting to think that I named my son. I gotta look up the meaning of Spencer because I'm pretty sure it might mean Chaos Lord or something. I'm starting to have that theory.
Yeah, mine is like brightness, like
I like that.
brilliance. I don't know.
I don't think my parents were very inspired when they named me. So, like, I just know that my middle name was because my dad liked this character from a movie, and that was her name. And she was like, "Why not?" I'm like, "That's nice, Dad. Thank you."
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
My Hebrew name is Sarah, which is based off of Zara, and that's mother of all living things. And I'm like, I'm not that powerful. Cool. And then my birth name, Chopin, means like grace and beauty or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, I'll take it. I don't think I'm that graceful, but you know, I used to be a dancer, and people insist I still am. But
I just looked up my kid's name. So Zoe means life in Greek, and Spencer originates from Britain, and it's for steward or administrator. I think he must be the administrator of like chaos or something because that boy's not organized yet.
maybe when
He
he's
has a child.
older, he'll
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, with me as a mom, where I got like list of everything and spreadsheets for everything, like just to make me feel that I have a semblance of control in a world where you have zero control over anything.
yeah.
Oh.
You cannot eat that, sir.
Is this one my tree?
Oh yeah.
Dobby.
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 So this is not the link to enter the giveaway. This is the link if you have a code that you want to give up. And then part of the entries is for people to follow you. I'm not sharing the code to enter until tomorrow. So people will have 5 days to enter the giveaway, which means
I need to
people
keep
can sign
an
up
eye
now.
out for that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I plan to get a new computer, but since I'm going from Windows to Mac, your girl's going to need a new Scrivener set up here.
Yeah.
You will not be sad you did though. That transition, you'll be glad you did.
Yeah, my
Mac
parents
has the better features and updates faster than the Windows one.
For
I
me,
mean, now
I
they're
really want it for like video editing, so
Yes.
I could easily move
Yes.
from my phone, and I'm not held in this like
Yep.
one movie or one video at a time.
I'll post the giveaway link on my Instagram as a
Okay.
post, probably in my story with the link sticker on my YouTube community page, on my Ko-fi, on my Twitter. I don't use my Facebook page. I was like, I have one, but I don't use it. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I will be using my Scrivener code. I'm excited to dive in.
yeah, I have a Scrivener affiliate link in my YouTube description. So if you're using your code to get a discount, which you can't use if you bought it from the Mac App Store, please consider using my affiliate link so I can get a little bit back. If you don't like, obviously, but just thought I'd throw it out there. My cat is cooler, if you ask him. We're going. Actually, are people still entering the room?
I'm not entering this one because I have to make a call. So
You can have do not disturb on.
Oh.
Defocus off, not do not disturb.
Yeah, do what I did because I was editing on my phone that last one the whole time, and it's gonna scare you because it says, "Hey, the host started the tree. Better jump in immediately, otherwise you're gonna kill it." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I jump in, and I'm like, "Let me see what happens if I jump out," because Sarah already knows that I had deep focus off. So I jump out. Apparently, everything's fine. So it lies to you. Don't believe it.
I don't lie to people. If I find out that something I've said is wrong, then I correct myself.
The app lies to you. We're telling the truth, Sarah. We're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, now I gotta jump in. Join room.
5 Romeo November Papa Whiskey Yankee Victor Sierra Golf. I don't remember what live stream I was on, but it was one of mine, and I gave my outro very, very fast. And I think Barrett's face was like, "Oh my god, how are you fast?"
Fast. I'm like, I need time to do it that fast.
But that was really slow to me because there's a song in Xanadont, the musical, that I grew up around because my mom was producing it when I was 5 and it opened when I turned 6. That the song is called Fast, and they go so fast. Like each verse gets faster, and then at the end, I'm just like, it's like I almost have heart palpitations, like with how fast it's going. But it's
How did I not ever ask you before about your mom being a producer? Like, how did that never happen before today?
I
We
don't
should
know.
talk about that soon.
We can do another.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Murder mysteries. Martin.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Final sprint. But yeah, be sure to enter this so I can give away as many codes as possible and get, you all some social media love.
Yeah.
If you have one to give away, but your code needs to say Nano21 winner, and then there's a bunch of custom things at the end. Everyone gets a Nano21 code, which is not as big a discount, so it's not really worth the giveaway thing. I had some people signing up with the wrong code, so just want to make that
So
clear.
that might be me,
I'll look for them, Regina.
just to call myself out.
I wasn't going to call anyone out.
Yeah, no, I did. I did that.
I love Chandra.
Okay, I need to share the timer again.
I just don't want anyone else to be like, oh my gosh, I might have been the only person. No, you're not. It's me. I'm
the other.
Chandra, make sure you never feel alone.
like, I'll be out there.
Okay, this is our final sprint. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
Okay. What's up?
Oh.
I think Zara's muted.
Ooh, forgot to do that.
That's okay. That's okay. I was like, is it me? Okay.
No, it was me. How did people do? We're not doing outros quite yet.
Okay.
I did good.
I talked to my sister and showed her the dog. So they wanted proof of life. So that was my.
I feel like that's
Understandable.
insulting you.
Who's next?
Oh, me. It's me.
Oh.
I did good. I actually wrote a little bit this time. I'm working on my World Ember entries, so those have been going pretty well. I'm at 25% of the total goal, but it doesn't take me too long. Mostly it's just like mulling a character or whatever, and then when I get inspired on it, just going in and filling it in. But I've had a lot of fun making some pretty great characters, or at least putting it down on paper, more information about those characters.
Cool.
Yay.
Nice. I fell the black hole and bought a gold membership for coffee.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because I have many plans for the new year. I just need to try to divide my content and see what I'm gonna put on YouTube and what I'm gonna put on coffee, and just try to organize that part. That little by little will hopefully make sense. And I wrote a little bit, but I tried to use a lot of there is no evil or good as opposites, but more one that needs from the other to exist. So trying to teach that to my characters is what I'm trying to do right now.
Trying.
Hey, I'm trying to teach that to my kids too. I finished editing the video and I don't know what happened. Okay, because with YouTube upload, I will usually set it, and I set my phone to never close the screen or whatever, and I just leave my phone alone.
Yeah.
That thing's already uploaded. It's a 9-minute video, so I know it's one of my short ones. My shortest ever was 7, but it's a 9-minute video, and it was done in no time. And
I need to upload all my content today then, if that's how YouTube's going to be.
yeah, I was
It's a good upload day.
It's not necessarily
until everyone does it.
Yeah,
That's
I was
true,
going to
that's
say,
true.
if everyone does it, then it probably won't stay that amazing.
No,
But
it's
right now,
on
I'm just.
YouTube.
Oh God, this thing's about to fall out. I'm trying to move my hair. Right now, I have now crossed over to creating the card for Bex with sentiments from everybody, and I'm having fun with font because I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, yeah, sure, that one looks nice, because I want it to look as if everyone wrote by hand
Oh, I love
a
that.
different handwriting. So
I DM'd you a message for that, by the way.
I
did.
need to do that.
No, Barrett, you already sent me one. Chandra, I need one from you, and anyone else in the chat.
Yeah,
You can
I'll have to.
send via IG if you want to put something on the card. Good sentiments. You don't have to donate money to be able to sign the card.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Bex's house, the roof over their bedroom and another part of the house was severely damaged by the tornadoes that hit Truman, Arkansas. And so they lost everything in their bedroom. The windows were burst out of their front rooms. They just lost a bunch of stuff in it. So we're trying to raise money to help them out. So they did not have renters. So they're not going to be able to claim any of it on renter's insurance. So everything they lost is truly lost. So I appreciate everyone that's given what they can. We love you and appreciate you.
Yes, been there, done. It's not fun. It's my heart hurts for her because I know, and I say this because people say it's just stuff, but sometimes it's
Pictures.
it's not just stuff though.
We had a
It
2-hour
hurts.
conversation
Memories.
when they started taking pictures off the wall and they were waterlogged. Their wedding photos were in their bedroom, so all of those are wet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm. So that's the link. Just email Natalie. I'll put the email, or I'll have Natalie. Are you in the chat, or do you want me to put it, Natalie?
Put it in because I'm in the chat, but I
Problem.
don't think I have full rights or something. I don't know.
I'll fix that after this.
No rush, it's fine. I don't hold you accountable.
It's
on
Writer
it.
Lock at Yahoo, right? No spaces? Yeah. Okay. So-
Everyone on screen, I've emailed you the form for January co-hosting spots if you haven't
Yes.
done that.
It's
Yeah.
on my to-do list. I just also know I might take off a break from January because
Okay, yeah.
February is going to be massive, and I haven't told my husband yet how massive February is going to be.
Well, I say in the email, like, if you are just not going to do this month, like, email me so I know not to, like, include you with the nudge, like, please
Like,
sign
no,
up.
seriously, sign up, dude.
Yeah. And then I also say in the email, as always, where it's like you can edit your responses if you like find out in advance that you can't make a stream, or if you just find out that morning, like just DM me on Instagram in that chat, in the chat that I set up for each sprint, because it's like you can't make it. Just let me know so I know not to wait for you. Where it's like we have one more co-host coming. It's like JK, no, we don't.
By the way, the second link, Regina, I misspelled Natalie's last name in the first one. It's Writer Lock with an E.
Real quick on the YouTube upload videos, if you want to check for your area, it's not specific to YouTube, but there's an app called Speed Test.
I love that app. So
and it'll tell you what your download versus upload speed is. And so you can pick times when not everyone's trying to upload stuff in your area, and it'll make your uploads a lot faster. So
I've never thought to actually check that, but I do have it for other things, like when my computer's just acting weird.
Because for me, my uploads literally will take, like, by the time I get through, the 4 tabs that you click through, by the time I get through that, my uploads are done. To be fair, I do have some of the fastest internet in the country.
Yeah.
So yes,
I have pretty good internet. Normally, it only like gets weird if I have too many tabs open, and that's rarer now because my mom got me like a pretty good one because she knew that I was doing a lot of streaming, and she had upgraded and since downgraded hers because that's when I was completely remote in grad school and the end of undergrad. But she's like, I don't need to pay the highest for when I don't need it. So
yeah. I mean, just to give you an idea, I have 94 tabs open on my computer right now.
94?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've gotten that high when I'm doing like a school project on top of podcast stuff, on top of author stuff, on top of pen name stuff. But now that I don't have like homework for a month, I hesitate to say that because I feel like my advisor for my big project that's going to be January through May is probably at some point going to be like, you should start thinking about this. Like not just me, but like everyone that he's advising. So my classmates are like not looking forward to that, but I'm like, I'm fine with it. I feel pretty confident.
Pro, I have over 400 on my phone too. So.
I was about to say, Chandra, I was like, that 94, that sounds like rookie numbers. You need to bump those numbers up.
Yeah.
Okay. On my phone.
That's how my phone is. It's and my iPad also. Nothing gets closed. If I've opened it from the time I got it, unless my son comes in and like his head explodes and he closes them, I don't close them.
Ricky
ever.
does it every night, and when he updates stuff for me, like he'll be like, "Why do you have all this stuff open?" And he'll close it, and then he'll update it, and something won't work, and I'll be like, "I hate updates. We're never updating again. I can't get into our bank account. I can't get into our credit card." And then he's like, "Yeah, I changed those because you were spending too much." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So got it. Okay.
I will say though, do you run your updates? Cybersecurity is important. A lot of the updates are cybersecurity updates, even if you don't know it. You don't want your stuff getting hacked. I know in my area we had a gas shortage because somebody had a weak password and didn't have multi-factor authentication, and they logged into the system and they jacked up everything. And all I'm saying is use a strong password and do your updates.
Done. Lesson learned. I'm with Crow. 2 tabs at a time. Sometimes 3 if I'm wild.
I have 6 and I feel I'm going to collapse already.
I'm counting the number of tabs I have open in Ecosia, and that doesn't count the tabs I have open in Safari on my phone because I've stopped using Safari, but like I ain't closed the tabs there.
My inner anxiety.
I'm still counting.
I'm with you, Michael CB Chin, 110.
I'm old and my brain now collapses, so I can't.
What do you mean? How do you function if you don't have all the tabs open? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna need that later. That's what I figure.
I have
Bookmark.
210 tabs open in Ecosia on my phone.
Now I have a ton of bookmarks.
I do a lot
Exactly.
of
Well, I have a
bookmarks.
lot of
what I do.
bookmarks,
Otherwise, I close out every notification. Even in Discord, just having the small red circle in the bottom. I'm like going through. Even though I'm not like reading every post, I am like scrolling through, going, let's wipe the notification.
The problem is that I've been reading a lot of AO3 on my phone, and if I had done it on my computer, I would be able to like close it, but I keep forgetting to transfer them to my computer. So it's like, and then I have all these BuzzFeed articles I told myself I was going to read and then never did. And then, you know, it's just like.
So what do y'all do? You just go back to your computer and open up your tabs every time you want to do something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, weird.
Like I'll quit apps on my phone, so I don't have a lot of things running, but fully quitting Ecosia or Safari or whatever, it doesn't delete the tabs.
Right. So
Which is
yeah,
bad,
that's
which
what I
my
do.
mom
I
doesn't
close
which my mom doesn't
the
understand.
main, but I'm gonna need these things later. Like there's just some things I want to stay up, and it drives my son absolutely bonkers. But I'm like, I need that. I know I'm gonna need it again.
A lot of these I've just forgotten, and then there are ones where it's like, no, I actually want to read these, but I keep finding new things, so then I don't go back and yeah.
What about like when you're researching and you have all these tabs open and you like linked from each other to this one, to that one, to that other one, and you need to go through them? And so
I wonder if historical fiction, because you write historical fiction too, right? So that also would be a different kind of thing, because
I write sci-fi. I look a lot of things up, and if I close a tab, I'll be like, where was that?
No,
oh my god, it makes me bonkers. And then I have to go back through and try to find it. But if it's there, I remember.
I don't do that, because when I do research, I just drop it in a link either as like an inline comment or in the notes for one of the documents in my Scrivener. Or
sometimes I don't know if I need
I'll
it,
import the
though.
whole web page, but like I rarely do that because that can.
So one
I
thing
just
do
bookmark it.
I still have a lot of stuff open in multiple places, but I'll I'll do my Google Keep, and it'll be like, okay, this is a category of notes, and then every link that I find, I'll put like, okay, I pulled this link because it has this information in it. I pulled this link because it has this information, and I put them in categories.
I use 1Password, the number 1, and then password, and it's amazing. But yeah, I have so many folders for bookmarks and stuff, so those I don't have to keep open. But then I just have things where it's like, I should close it because I've probably read it, or if I haven't read it at this point, I'm not going to, but I've just been too lazy to go all the way through and close all the tabs.
Part of that for me too is like, it's like, where was I? Even if I have a bookmark, if I close it, I forget that I was doing something in that thing.
Oh, I keep something open until I'm done with it. But like on my computer, I actually get the stuff done. Whereas on my phone, it's like, oh, this is something I'll read in my free time.
I was like, both of you to assume that I'll ever get anything done.
Yeah, I'm much better on my laptop of getting things bookmarked because my son is like, please bookmark. So I'm like, okay. But on my phone, nope. I know it's there, a tab somewhere.
And with my tabs, sounds like with my clothes. I go and I'm like, am I gonna wear it? Okay, if I don't wear it in a month, then I'm gonna throw it out. And I do the same. I haven't gone back, so I'm just gonna close it.
I should start doing it monthly. That would be good.
That might
be Kondo form of app closure.
I have the Canva app for Mac, so I no longer go to canva.com.
I need to switch to Canva. I'm not officially Canva.
I have a affiliate link.
All I need to say about Canva is don't use their sound.
Don't. Oh, I don't do that.
Because what happens is if you use their sound, you can't take that clip that you make in Canva and run it through any other editing software.
Interesting.
This makes sense. One video I had the hardest time, like the sound was so awful. It's a video that I think it's one of the ones I had worked on for a couple times while I was on a stream. I'm like, I've got to fix this. And that's what it was. It was the audio. And I had to go back, wipe all the audio off, and then redo the audio in because I asked my son, I'm like, why does it sound like this? It sounds fine here, but then when I try to upload it, the sound was atrocious. And my
I
son's
don't
like,
even touch their sound.
Well, not
Yeah.
only will it be bad, but you'll get a not a copyright strike, but it'll like ding you and be like, you can't monetize this because of copyright. What the one-time use is tied specifically to the download. So when you download it and upload it to another video editing software, it basically erases that.
erases the
one-time use.
copyright.
Yeah.
Clear
son-
but confusing, but clear.
Mhm.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that only happened to me once on Twitch, and Twitch just silenced that part. And I'm like, this was copyright free, but I guess it was only copyright free for one platform, but not for the other platforms. So make sure you're using music that or sounds that's copyright everywhere, copyright free everywhere.
Epidemic Sound is great for YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, going
One I
straight
use.
through Epidemic Sound is good. Going through Epidemic Sound through Canva is not fun.
No.
Okay.
But Epidemic Sound is super helpful. If you email them with a copyright claim, even if you got it through like the way that you update to YouTube from Canva, they will remove it. You just be like, hey, I pay for this and this happened, and they'll take it off like usually within a day.
Oh, that's
They're
good.
wonderful.
By the way, the phrase I usually use is I say clear as mud.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get
Right.
off
Yep.
to interview Regina with Kelly, who's been very patiently waiting 6 minutes. So why don't we do rapid-ish fire outros? I don't expect you to talk as fast as I did during that one stream, and I'll be going last, so we'll see if I can go that fast again. But speak at your normal pace, but just snappy.
Perfect. You want me to go first?
We're going in the alphabetical order that we've been going.
Hi, I'm Barrett Laurie. Over at my channel, I talk about Kidlit and my journey to traditional publishing. I host Critique Group Live every second Thursday of the month and live stream author interviews. I have 2 more live streams this year before I'm done for the year. One is coming up on the 23rd of December over on Help Me Martin, is it your channel or Richard Holiday's? That is 8 to 10 p.m. GMT, and that's /aha. And then the other one is on the 27th. I'm doing a pop-up with JC Carpenter to plan some things. And Nia and I have an announcement mixer on January 3rd that we're working on to announce the Writers Retreat. So that's all the things I have. Love everyone here. Follow everyone. Subscribe. I just subscribed, Luna. I'll be checking out your stuff. Love all of you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chandra Arthur. I make videos about reading, writing, and all things books. I also stream on YouTube and Twitch. You can find my stream links on the information below. All that good stuff. I also co-host the Flash Fiction Live series with Natalie Locke, which is on Saturdays most of the time. We have an upcoming schedule, but we do Flash Fiction there, and you can come join us, so definitely do that. That is all I have.
Okay. I am Luna Alva. I am author of the Dark series, Axis Mundi. You can find my new book, When We Were of Dreams, on Amazon and on Rakuten Kobo. I just became a gold member of Coffee, so look forward to a lot of content for this 2022. And follow me on my social media, please and thank you.
I am Natalie Locke. Yeah, I'm juggling a lot. Flash fictions, trying to query, and everything. We'll just go with that because I can't think right now.
I hear an echo from somewhere.
Luna dear. No? It went away.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's gone now. Oh, and I am Nia, the Big Cinefiction here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch. I do live streams every other Monday, Friday, and Saturday. And I host on my channel, AuthorTubers React, with some of my fabulous co-hosts. If you'd like to join us, just email me or IG, however you want to get up with us, me, Barrett, or Zara. If you have any unpopular opinions or topics that you want to talk about in the writers and bookish realm, just let us know and we will be glad to chat about it. And we've got a writing retreat coming up next month. And if you would like to be on the meetup, again, get with me or Barrett. We would like to have as many people who want to come on as just to say hi, introduce yourself. It's going to be an online meetup for people to meet you and follow your channel, all that good stuff. So we're looking forward to a lot of great things coming up in the new year.
Sorry for some of the delays in me putting up the Ko-fi thing. Kelly and Regina are in the studio, and I kept muting them because they were unmuting. I'm like, I'm still going. So, okay, where are my books? I keep moving them. So, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the self-published author of 6 books, a young adult paranormal romance trilogy and a new adult sci-fi romance trilogy. All of these are available for purchase at my Ko-fi link. If you are in the US or Canada, if you live internationally and would like an actual signed paperback instead of a signed nameplate, you need to be a member of my VIP club, which is $8 a month. And in your 4th month, that's when you get the free book. There are lots of other perks. So if you go to ko-fi.com/there/tiers, you can see those. I have a shop there where you can also buy some online downloadables, like my outlining method, which works for people who've never outlined before but want to try it, or people who have an outlining method but want to try something different. I also will be coming out with a Ko-fi guide for writers, which is will be much more general than the Ko-fi coaching service that I have, which is one-on-one, and I write up all the notes for you. I will be coming out with a YouTube video about that, but that will be even less in depth than the guide. I host writing sprints here on YouTube every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I also host writing sprints on Tuesdays. For the month of January, they will be at 9 a.m. Eastern because I no longer have my internship on Fridays. And I'm going to be part of the thing that Barrett and Nia are organizing. I'm also going to be part of another thing in January. And in the new year, I will be posting weekly vlogs and sit-down videos. I can guarantee the vlog. I can't guarantee a sit-down video every single week. We shall see. And yeah, I hope everyone had a good, productive time, whatever that means for you. Everyone's Ko-fi links are in the description because everyone's Ko-fi links to their other platforms. I was sick of seeing like a million links for people under people's names because I just felt like I wasn't going to scroll through that. But yeah, so follow these people around the internet. You can follow people on their Ko-fi for free. You don't have to support them. But if you follow them, maybe they'll actually post on there. So follow them. And that is it. I need to go record a podcast now. The Rightish podcast, you can find it basically anywhere except Pandora. And that's it.